What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jedi Jive. My name is Mike. Gonna react to Bad Batch Season 3, Episode 12. We're in the end game now. Got just, what is that, four episodes left. Seems like all hope is lost at the end of the last episode. Omega got taken away on the ship. Crosshair missed getting a tracking device on it. But I think it's fair to say that probably Hunter made it onto that ship because we never really saw what happened to him there. That would be one way that we could get connected back with Omega. And then also Rex and Echo, haven't heard from them. It's entirely possible that they're gonna be able to make a connection, and then one way or another everybody's gonna end up having to get to Tantus to save Omega. It seems like right now they're not gonna be able to, but obviously they're gonna have to. So I mean, guys, Endgame, end of the season, have pretty much loved every episode this season. I've made a point every week to kind of point out things like audio being tremendous, a lot of the visuals, establishing scenery shots, things that are kind of background usually coming to the forefront in this season have really made it special, and it hits a lot harder. And it's going to be sad to see this show come to an end, although they have teased some cool stuff like Ventress, potentially Ventress maybe being a main character in a new show. Who knows? We'll see what happens. And how much of a role she's going to play in the remainder of this season. I hope they include her a little bit more, but we may have already gotten our dose of her. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much, guys. I want to jump into the episode, react to it, and then we can talk about it afterwards. Let's do it. Juggernaut. Oh my god, they made the Dune sound. It's the Dune sound. Wong. Guys, gotta say it again. Just ships coming in, turning around, and landing. They make it look great. Something so simple. This operative, they've dropped a lot of clues that it might be tech, but I think that could just be a red herring. We'll see.
Turning yourself over was a wise decision.
Shut up, Hemlock. Creepy. I mean, he's a good villain, but definitely hate him. Damn, dude. She does not look scared. She looks pretty determined. Oh, look who it is.
Begin testing her at once. I want confirmation.
Where's Nalase?
In a cell. I'm afraid the Kaminoan won't be aiding you in another escape.
Emery, you don't have to do this.
I'm sorry, but I do. For what it's worth, I'm glad you're safe.
Am I?
Emery continues to be conflicted. It's Hunter.
And they've got her. Again. And we're stuck here without a ship. Even if we get our hands on a ship, we still have no way of finding Tantus base.
That's not exactly true.
You've known what Tantus is this whole time?
There's someone who might have the coordinates.
Who?
Admiral Rampart.
Oh.
Why
Rampart.
didn't you say anything before?
Because Tantus isn't a place I ever wanted to go back to. Rampart's not particularly trustworthy. He's a last resort.
I don't really like that guy.
Do not shoot!
When I landed, Doc here briefed me on the situation.
Okay, they got a
How
ship.
did you get in here unseen?
Used the hidden cavern access when I docked my ship. You must be Crosshair. Tech told me all about your sparkling personality.
Ha!
Any friend of Brown Eyes is a friend of mine.
Aww.
An Imperial labor camp on Erebus.
Ooh, I like this already.
Imperial labor camp. Oh boy. It's one of those mud crawlers.
Don't you order me around. You're the one slowing us down.
Think you can get us close enough to the perimeter undetected?
I know I can. Tricks of the trade.
When we acquire the target, We'll call Mew for a pickup.
Fantastic audio. Sounds so good.
Get closer to those ships. We'll show up on their senses.
No, we won't. Remember that trick I mentioned?
V.
Oh, relax. I'd expect you to know a stealth approach when you see it.
Oh, he just shuts the engines off. They drop into the atmosphere under no power. Controlled fall. Nice. Look at that. No gravity either. Nice. Free fall. That was sick. Nice, Fee. That was a dirty move. Oh god, it's in stereo too. Like you can hear ships flying from like left to right. Love it.
Quiet as usual. Hopefully, next assignment we'll see some action.
There you go. That's all the action.
Our shift was supposed to be over by now.
It took me a minute to realize that that was just Rampart with a beard. It took me a minute. It's the voice that reminded me.
Found him.
They're actually gonna get help from Rampart.
Take on a turbo tank. Yeah. Now you're talking.
Never thought we'd be busting Rampart out of jail.
Get into position. I'll secure the controls. You two handle Rampart. Now.
Oh my god, those things are big.
Anything?
Yep. Clear.
Nice.
Wrecker, remember Plan 55?
Oh, yeah. 55. Waiting on you. Go.
It's so great having Crosshair be like fully back in the batch now.
CT-9904?
Remembered. How touching.
What is this? Are you here to kill me?
Tempting.
One of the transports has made an unscheduled stop mid-route. Run a diagnostic on their comms.
The frequency with which Empire officers are just British people. It's like, why are the Brits always the bad guys in Star Wars?
Tantus base. Where is it?
And how much is that information worth to you?
Shut up.
In a position to
Yeah.
bargain.
Or we could just leave you in jail.
After you get me off this planet.
The tank's speed is increasing. It's been compromised. Bring up the gunships, seal off the bridge, and reroute Transport 2 to intercept. New orders. We're to hold the bridge.
Juggernaut. Oh shit. That didn't do much.
Is that all they've got?
Oh shit, dude. I remember that shot from the trailer. Nice!
Take out the wheels.
Nice. Go over the top of him. Monster truck! Big wheels.
Oh, please. You're not going to kill me.
Bro.
Not yet.
Kick you in the face. Oh. Shut up, Rampart. Take a nap. Oh my god, it just went right through the doors. Drop ships. Doing Tokyo Drift in a Juggernaut? Oh boy. Oh, you can really see the scale of it when they're walking on top. No, bro. Oh, that's so unfortunate for that guy.
We're running out of road!
Oh, shit. Come on, Fee, where you at? There she is. Let's go.
Exactly a stealth exit, boys.
Let's move!
Oh, this thing's gonna drive right off the edge. This is really reminiscent of that train scene in Solo. They don't have a payload of coaxium now, though. Oh, come on, Wrecker.
Hurry!
No, come on, buddy. Oh, crap. Nice. Nice. Classic. Yeah, we've seen scenes like that before, but always a good time. That's a cool ship.
Now tell us where Tantus is.
It's more complicated than that.
Nope. Wrong answer.
No one knows the coordinates to Tantus. It was designed that way. I might know how to get around that.
Either you tell us now, or we drop you back in that Imperial prison.
We're in this together.
Oh, Jesus. Positive.
What does that mean?
I'll show you.
Man, I really hope they don't just, like, imprison Hemlock at the end, like Rampart. I hope Hemlock actually gets killed. He's just so evil.
Who are they?
They are the rest of the puzzle. This is your new home.
Yep. I mean, that was episode 12. There's 3 more to go. They're on Tantus, and the rest of the team is going to use Rampart, hopefully, to get there. And, like I said, I hope Hemlock doesn't just, like, you know, get put in prison or whatever, or, like, he's upset at the end. Like, I really just want him to die. Like, there's so many other, like, those stormtroopers on top of the Juggernaut just getting, like, tossed off the cliff or, like, run into the side of the cliff. Like, no one ever has a problem just, like, viciously offing stormtroopers. So it's like characters that we hate, like Hemlock. It's like, why can't they just give him a vicious, awful death? Yeah, I mean, the last few episodes are probably going to be intense. The stakes are high. Whether they're going to have some sort of, like, hint at what's to come next, or because we know that this is the last season of Bad Batch, so there has to be some sort of, like, this is wrapping up. But at the same time, they can have as many loose ends as they want because of things like that potential Ventress show and who knows what else. Although this might be kind of the end of the story, this particular story. I kind of addressed it towards the beginning of the season that there's kind of no way around it, that, like, we don't hear from these characters. So there's just, like, a high likelihood that, like, none of them really make it. But at the same time, they brought Ventress back. And, like, you know, she was dead as far as we were concerned in canon. And now they're like, somehow Palpatine returned, but, like, somehow Ventress returned. We'll explain that later. Okay, well, you know, anything's possible. They have a kind of a way of just, like, never letting anybody really die. Like, and the fact that they were hinting at Tech being the operative, they didn't do much more with that character this episode. But, like, I really hope they don't do that. That would just really kind of, like, God, doesn't anybody ever really die? In general, the stakes are high. It's a little bit suspenseful. Omega's in the vault now. Emery's already gotten a soft spot for those kids and is probably going to, you know, defect and betray the Empire just as a result of her emotional connection to the children. But she's probably going to help Emery. They're going to, you know, work together now to, like, try to get these kids out of the vault. So I'm assuming, if not the next episode, working up to the finale, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be like Omega and Emery working an escape while the Bat simultaneously try to show up to, like, receive them and get away. How much casualties and deaths, significant deaths at that there might be, like, it's gonna, characters like Wrecker, for instance, like, they always have these close calls where, like, he'll, you know, something will explode and he'll get a concussion and be asleep for half the episode, or like this one, he just barely made that jump off the Juggernaut when it was falling off the cliff. There's just so many close calls that it's like, one of these times it's not going to be a close call, like, a character's actually gonna die and it's gonna be really sad. I mean, We'll see. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way, but like I pointed out, like you don't hear about these characters later on in the Star Wars story. Like specifically characters like Rex, Wolf, and Gregor, who are clones that know these characters, do show up in Rebels as older men. And we don't ever hear about like Hunter or Wrecker or Crosshair or Omega even. But considering Omega's a kid and they've just kind of like developed this character into something new, if I had to make a prediction, I'd say I think Omega, at the very least, Omega makes it. And then when it comes to the rest of the batch, they're all kind of on the chopping block in terms of possibly sacrificing themselves to save Omega. Because it really does seem like not only are they totally invested in her as their sister and teammate, but like she is kind of like even though she's older than they are, she's the kid. And they have like a little bit more of an interest in like protecting her. So to me, it makes sense that there would be some like sacrifices, like Hunter, giving his life to make sure that Omega can live, kind of thing. Because as Hemlock just pointed out, she's pretty special, and you can't replicate what she has. Like you have to like go to the source, and she's the source. So at the end of the day, we know that all of this is Palpatine has given Hemlock full funding, unlimited funding to get the job done, and the job is probably related to Snoke, the sequels, what we see with Moff Gideon, replicating Force users, cloning Force users, making clones of oneself. Like maybe Palpatine's trying to get like clones of himself into other bodies that are also Force sensitive, and that's how you end up with characters like Snoke. Whether or not they make a direct connection to that, which is technically decades and decades down the road, we'll have to wait and see. But the suspense is high, the stakes are high, it continues to be great. I pointed out like 2 more times in this episode where I was like, dude, the audio, yes, like the audio team, you guys are just doing your job, and I'm noticing it, and I really appreciate it. They really do put a lot of attention into background things that aren't like, I say it once a week, guys. A ship flying in, turning around, you hear its engines like cooling down, you see it like land, you see some like, and there's scenery in the background. It's not important to the story, but it looks and it sounds wonderful, and it just like maintains that air of Star Wars, which is why we're here in the first place. And that's something we've seen 10,000 times, just like a ship landing, but like it's unique and cool every time, especially when the audio is as detailed as they have it, and I really, really appreciate that. Looking forward to the last 3 episodes, guys. I know you are. Anything could happen. The suspense is high. They've set the stage now, so I mean, I'm ready for it. I can't wait to see it, guys. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to see reactions fully unedited, go over to patreon.com/JediJive. That's where I put them up. See you in the next one. Peace.